Hello and welcome, world class viewers. My name is Jonathan, aka the Coach, and this is
Omar, the professor.
and we are back with episode number 2.
Number two.
We're gonna call this Real Madrid La Remontada, Real Madrid Bottle It,
Or the
episode.
robbery of the century.
Or the
I'm sorry, bro. I just can't.
robbery tour 2.
I can't help it, but that game versus Almeida.
No, talking about
It's sketchy though, but we can get into it. We'll get into it when we'll discuss a little bit of details on what went on with the game and see if it was a robbery or not.
Yeah, we're that's just a little tease. We're gonna talk about the whole VAR situation. That VAR interviewed a lot during that game.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
3-4 times. So
3-4 times.
We'll jump into that. So we got our same template for this episode. We're gonna be talking about the quick fire news or the world class zone news. We're just gonna go ahead and talk about some things that are going on around the news, such as a few transfers.
Yeah,
There's been a few transfers and a couple of rumors.
Mm-hmm. Some new coaches going to different places.
A couple of things that can be true here and there,
Mm-hmm.
and then we'll jump into 2 games. We're doing 2 games this week. We're not gonna do 3. 3 we thought was a little bit too long, so we're gonna stick with 2 this time. So the 2 games that we're gonna be talking about is both Real Madrid games.
Mm-hmm.
It's Real Madrid versus Atlético de Madrid on the round of 16, Copa del Rey. And Real Madrid versus Almeria, the game that occurred this weekend.
Yes.
So the 2 games we're going to be talking about, we're going to dive in, and then we might just chit-chat a little bit about other little games.
Yeah.
But not jump too much into depth.
Yeah.
Not trying to make it too long like last time and keep you here forever.
Yeah, these were the most important ones and the most controversy on both.
Yeah. And then we're going to be talking about our 2 segments are back. The good segments that people enjoyed on YouTube Shorts. If you haven't checked this out on YouTube, we post the little shorts, and a lot of them are from the clips or from the segments.
Our videos. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, from the segments that we do. First one is Factor Cap and Coach Risk Professor. They do really good on YouTube Shorts, so if you guys enjoy them, just go ahead and check them out. They're on TikTok, YouTube Shorts, and they're going to be on Instagram soon.
Yes.
Instagram Reels. So they'll all be on there. So, those 2 segments are back. So we're going to jump into it. Omar, you ready?
Go ahead.
All right, so we're going to go in for the news. I'm going to go ahead and read some of the news. Let me pull them up real quick. Okay, so according to Fabrizio Romano, this is official now.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan Henderson has left his Saudi Arabia club, and he has joined Ajax.
Wow.
Omar, give us your thoughts.
Really? Wow. I saw it coming.
Yeah.
I see it. What I think about the Saudi Arabia League is it's just the retirement league for all the Premier glory days of all the players. I mean, you have all those players that went. I'm pretty sure it was a good move for Henderson because, I mean, what does Saudi Arabia have besides just random teams and then only the well-known teams where Cristiano Ronaldo's at? I mean, honestly, even if Cristiano Ronaldo was the first one to go there, I hope and I pray that Cristiano Ronaldo follows Henderson, and so do many other players such as Benzema, Kante, such as Firmino. Hopefully they follow the footsteps, and it's a way out. Just like how Cristiano Ronaldo first led to go to Saudi Arabia and open those doors, Henderson was the first one to leave. And as you can tell, most of the Premier League players are ending up in Saudi Arabia. And La Liga players, when they had the glory days, are ending in the MLS.
So just recently, now that you mentioned Ronaldo and all that, so just recently in an interview at the Globe Soccer Awards that they do in Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
So just now that you mentioned Ronaldo, he came out with that quote where he said that he believes in his head that the Saudi Arabia League is above the Ligue 1, the French league.
Uh-huh.
He believes that they're at a higher level than that.
Why? Because he's there?
Well, he's the top goal scorer. He scored a lot of goals, and he finds it like it's difficult. It's not the same.
I mean, Saudi Arabia is not even a competitive league, though.
Well, according to him, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. And
it's just like the MLS. Ain't no competitive team. The only reason why the MLS is getting so much popularity is because Leo Messi saw the transfer as a marketing business, not as an actual, like, oh, I want to actually join the Inter Miami. No. If you think about it, we're the number one consumers, the U.S. So would it be easy for you to just move to a league that you know you're gonna, even if you suck at that league, you're gonna get consumed with all the Leo Messi shirts, products, gaining popularity. It's a no-brainer. I mean, I don't see why Cristiano thinks that they're a better league than the French league. I mean, I don't see it.
Yeah.
I mean, where do you leave behind PSG? Where do you leave behind Monaco? Where do you leave behind what's the other ones? Lyon. Where do you leave behind Marseille? Like, where you leave those behind? I mean, that's pathetic.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people, he got a lot of criticism for that, because during the interview when they asked him, or when he said that, he said it, and then the reaction immediately from the public was just like, like everybody was just in like they in disbelief that they couldn't understand. He just they couldn't believe he just said that.
Yeah, it's like saying the Australian league is better than La Liga. Like, how can you compare? You can never compare.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the Liga is not the most popular league, or it's not the most competitive. But I do have to disagree with my boy Ronaldo. I don't think the Saudi Arabia League is at that level yet. It can be, but I don't think it's at the level yet. So he definitely got a lot of criticism for that.
Yeah.
So anyways, he did get a lot of criticism. A lot of people were calling him arrogant, and he did defend himself, and he said he's not arrogant. What do you have to say about that? You think he's arrogant for saying that?
He's just dumb for saying that. You knew the backlashes was gonna happen of you saying those type of comments.
But it's Ronaldo. He always says this kind of stuff. He doesn't care to speak his mind. That's just who he is.
Right. Yeah, but there's certain things that should be kept on the low and should be said. I mean, how can you compare? I'm just saying. How can you compare the Saudi Arabia League versus the French League? How? Like, I don't see it. It's like I'm saying, like, me going back to the Australia League versus the La Liga. Like, how can you compare?
And then another thing he did say was that numbers don't lie. He, at the age of 30, almost 39, he's competing with the likes of Erling Haaland, who he scored more goals than him and stuff. He's keeping up. Which, me as a Ronaldo fan, a big Ronaldo fan,
right?
It's not the same.
It's
not 58 goals in the league he's in is not the same thing as scoring 50 plus goals
in the Premier League.
In the Premier League, yeah. So I think whenever he said that, they zoomed into Haaland.
Yeah.
And Haaland's face was he was kind of just with a straight face.
Right.
He just giggled a little bit after, but yeah, I don't think he. Those comments were a little too much. They
were. I mean,
the French League and the Saudi Arabia League, maybe they could be close, but you can't compare the Premier League goes to Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, goes. I mean, if that was the case, how come he didn't go there since the beginning? How come he didn't what? I want to go to work. I want to go play at the Saudi Arabia League. It's simple marketing. Right. The name sells. That's what it is.
You're right. So that's that. So I mean, in terms of the whole Henderson thing, there is some people who might want to follow.
Yeah.
And there are, according to Fabrizio Romano, there are at the time of this recording, there is some tension between Karim Benzema and his club Al Ittihad. So there is some tension. He might be leaving.
Yeah.
Fabrizio Romano said, stay tuned to the story as it develops. In the coming days, it can happen. He might leave. He didn't say much clubs, but he might leave. But there are some rumors that are leading to Karim Benzema possibly joining Arsenal. That's a possibility.
Wow.
Which would unite him with two of the young front attackers that come ups in the Premier League, and that is Gabriel Martinelli and Bukayo Saka.
Bukayo Saka, yeah.
So
it reminds me of that trio with Rodri and Vinicius in 2023.
It wouldn't be the same, but it would be a good partnership for the future. I'm not talking about Benzema, because Benzema's older, right? But,
right.
A good partnership. Another two young guys that can help him, and it could be the missing piece that Arsenal need. So
maybe. But where you leave Santiago Jimenez though, if they wanted him?
Those are rumors too. But if I tell you what, if you have Benzema, possibly in your horizon, and you're almost guaranteed goals, I take him. And a lot of people might say like, well, he hasn't proved anything in the Saudi Arabia League. He's been struggling, and how do you expect him to do so good in the Premier League? But I have to argue, the people he surrounds, the people that are surrounded around him, he doesn't have the best players at Saudi Arabia.
Yeah, I mean,
Arsenal, they got some good players and good playmakers. You got Martinelli, you got Saka, you got Odegaard, behind him. So I'd argue that's
it's a better choice to stay over there.
He'd have a better chance of getting more goals, and he's a natural goal scorer. So
right.
I don't know. I just personally think he'd do really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a no-brainer. I mean, I think Henderson put the steps, and everybody else should follow him.
So this is Henderson's move in your eyes. Like, Henderson is...
This was the Cristiano when he first joined.
Okay.
When he first joined the Saudi Arabia team, that's my Cristiano. Now he's taking the lead of leaving.
Yeah.
Because if Cristiano would have left, I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have more followed ever since. But at least Henderson took the step and said, you know what? What am I going to get stuck here in a league that's not even competitive? I'd rather just go back to a competitive league and just stay and finish my career. I mean, he's already out the door. So.
He did it for the money?
No, this one he did it for playtime.
Henderson?
Yeah.
Oh. Why, you don't think he could start at Liverpool anymore?
I don't think so.
No?
It's too much competitive. I mean, you already have, Salah is solid. You have...
well, in the midfield, they had Thiago, which was always injured.
Mm-hmm.
And then they had Fabinho. They got rid of him.
Yeah.
And then they had Oxlade-Chamberlain. They got rid of him. They had a couple of fresh legs that were coming in, such as Elliott. He sometimes would play in the center mid. Obviously, Curtis Jones. And then they were bringing in new players like McAllister.
Yeah. They
came in. So, I mean, yeah, his time was up.
Yeah,
I guess you could say he did it more for playing time. But with the whole stuff that he said about, like, rights and whatnot, it was very controversial that he would leave to Saudi Arabia out of all places that he could have gone to. But I mean, that's another story.
Well, they say that's what goes the market, bro.
Yeah, you're right.
That's what it is.
Speaking of sticking on Saudi Arabia, there were some reports that were saying that Jose Mourinho, because he left Roma.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, this man does everything for teams, and then he just leaves. Like, they just let him go like that.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you get too confident.
But look, I mean, if you look at his career and what he has done for the teams he's been at, he has done remarkable stuff. That other coaches weren't able to do. You know? He got Roma a European Cup. You can be like, well, it was a made-up cup, UEFA Conference League or whatever, but it's still a European Cup. He took him there.
Yeah.
He won a Europa League with Manchester United, Manchester United who hadn't won a European Cup in a while. Again, it's the Europa League for Manchester United standards. It's really bad, but still, he won something.
Yeah. So,
I don't know. The man has done crazy things with different... He's a special one. He's a special one. But there are reports of him possibly going to Saudi Arabia, but Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that those are not true.
Yeah. But
there are some other little rumors around of him possibly joining either Newcastle, who Eddie Howe might not be, doing the best job right now. He's going through a tough time with Newcastle at the moment. There's also in his hometown, Porto.
Oh, yeah, Porto.
And then maybe some couple MLS clubs who are interested in him. So where would you think he would fit the best?
Market-wise, the MLS. Money sells.
Okay.
Him, I would like to see him. I think Newcastle. Newcastle would be a good fit for him.
I would like to see him in the Premier League too.
Yeah, I think he's been missed in the Premier League. So.
You think the owners at Newcastle are gonna cut Eddie Howe off and bring in a new manager?
Would you?
I think Eddie Howe was just a temporary fix. I think that at the moment Eddie Howe is just there for the moment to kind of build up a little bit. But he is not gonna be the manager that takes them to the next level.
Yeah, he's just a substitute.
And I think Jose Mourinho, if he would be interested in going to Newcastle United, I think he would be a good fit.
Yeah.
I think he could take a good, at least elevate them to the next level.
Yeah.
Because obviously he did come back. He did a couple games for Manchester United. They did okay. He came back for Tottenham. They did a good couple games for Tottenham. and they did okay as well.
Yeah.
But he could never do anything
Besides
the best
that.
for Tottenham,
Yeah.
But I mean, who can? Tottenham haven't won a trophy, So it's
Tottenham,
tough. It was always gonna be a tough job, even for
yeah.
him.
Yeah, I mean, I think anybody.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess MLS is a good shout. Going back to Portugal wouldn't be a bad shout either.
Yeah, but then again, it's like I like them more in the Premier League. I don't know why.
Yeah. It would be nice to see him back in the Premier League.
I would always see him in the Premier League.
Yeah, it would be nice to see him back in the Premier League. But, I mean, he did win the Champions League with Porto that one season. So yeah. So those are the top news for the weekend. Do you got anything else to add?
Besides that, no, I think those are pretty much the ones that I consider the most important.
Okay.
I mean, like about Saudi Arabia, about the whole transfers and stuff. I think to me, it's a good step. It's a good step for all those people to leave the Saudi Arabia league and kind of go back to their home roots.
Yeah. I mean, in my opinion, I think everybody just did it for the money, but that's my opinion. I think they just went, secured the bag, and probably leave. Yeah, but that's just my opinion.
Right.
All right, so that ends our quick fire news. Those were the World Class Zone news. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into Factor Cap segment, the first segment of our show.
Hold on. Give me a second. Let me. Well, keep going.
So Factor Cap. For those of you who are new to the show, Factor Cap is where the coach, myself, give 3 different statements, and my fellow compadre over here has to say whether it's a fact or it's a cap. So he has to say whether it's an actual fact or I'm lying.
Yeah.
All right. So let me pull up my questions real quick, and then he'll do vice versa. So then he'll ask me the 3 statements, and then he'll say fact or cap, and then I just have to say whether it's true or not.
Yep. So ladies and gentlemen, it's Professor time.
Is it Professor time?
It's Professor time.
All right. He brought out the glasses for everybody who's listening on audio. He just brought out the glasses.
Professor time.
It's Professor time. He's bringing out his ball knowledge that he says he has. We'll see if it's true.
Bought to the knowledge.
Bought to the knowledge. All right. So let's see. You go first. I go first.
I can go first.
You go first.
I got you.
All right. Bet.
Ladies and gentlemen, Factor Cap with the professor. Here's the first Factor Cap. Alrighty. Factor Cap. On 2010 of September, FIFA released their soccer video game of FIFA Soccer 11. There was 3 players that were on the cover. First one is Kaká. Second one is Carlos Vela. And the third one is Wayne Rooney. Is that fact or is that cap?
So this is FIFA 10.
FIFA 11.
FIFA 11.
Released in September 28th of 2010.
Right. Okay. That is a fact.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's cap. It was
cap.
Landon Donovan.
Yes,
Landon Donovan.
We'll say I didn't play much FIFA 11, so to my defense.
Hey, I mean, you have to.
I skipped FIFA 10 and FIFA 11.
Mm-hmm.
I got FIFA 9, and then that was when I was going through school or whatever. So 10 and 11, skipped it. So, anyways.
So yeah, that was fact or cap, and that was cap. It was Kaká when he was with Real Madrid, Carlos Vela when he was in Arsenal, shining like a star. And Landon Donovan as the captain of the U.S.
That was a good one.
So,
all right. So everybody listening at home, this is mine. This is Coach. You ready?
Go ahead.
So as everybody knows, Cristiano Ronaldo has been a very decorated superstar, you can say, in the world of football. So this is a very good one.
Go ahead.
Cristiano Ronaldo has won the same amount of Champions Leagues as Barcelona have in their entire history. Is this a fact or cap?
Ooh. Man. I mean, consider Ronaldo, of all the trophies that he's won, Ballon d'Oros and stuff. I'll say it's a cap.
So this is just Champions Leagues.
Yeah, it's a cap.
That is incorrect. Cristiano Ronaldo has won 5 Champions Leagues as well as Barcelona have in their entire history. 5 Champions Leagues.
So that's cap then.
So it's a fact.
No, because you said if they won more.
No, I said Cristiano Ronaldo has won the same amount
Oh, okay.
of
Same
Champions
amount.
Leagues. Yep.
Oh,
As
shoot.
Barcelona.
I heard more for some reason.
Same amount.
Oh, well, I guess, yeah.
That's a fact.
God
So
damn it.
you're 0 for 1. I'm 0 for 1.
Hey, look, I got confused.
It's okay. Next time, just ask for a replay. Yeah.
I will. I'm gonna go to the VAR.
We can play back.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Number 2. This is Factor Cap.
Okay.
All right. For La Liga, 2023-2024 season right now, is Rayo Vallecano on 10th place. Fact or cap?
It's a good one, bro. You tested my ball knowledge.
I mean, we got to do what we got to do. That's why I am Professor Time.
I'm going to say Rayo Vallecano hasn't been doing the best, but they did have a decent season last season. So I'm going to say fact. I'm going to put a mid-table 10th place.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's cap. 10th place is Getafe.
Getafe.
Yes, with 26 points. And Rayo Vallecano is with 13th place with 23 points. Yeah, so it's 3 points away, but...
I was close.
You were close.
All right. Second factor cap from the coach.
Mm-hmm.
Messi had a few assists in the 2022 World Cup where he famously won the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the statement.
Go ahead.
Messi had 5 assists during the 2022 World Cup. Is that a fact or is that a cap?
For which World Cup? The recent one?
Yes. Messi had 5 assists for the World Cup.
I mean, on the group stage...
The whole entire thing.
I'm trying to count. Group stage with Mexico, that wasn't an assist. With Saudi Arabia, that wasn't an assist. With Poland, I believe he made an assist. I'm not too sure. I'm going to say yeah. That's a fact.
He had 5 assists?
Yeah. Because, I mean, you got to take into consideration the final. You got to take into consideration semis, quarterfinals and stuff. So, yeah, I would say yeah. It's a fact.
Ladies and gentlemen, the professor is 0-2. That is cap.
He
had 3 assists during the World Cup.
Which are?
3 assists. I don't know.
Oh, come on, man.
You just know he had 3 assists. I'm just reading stats, bro. You want me to tell you which during which games?
I know it was one with Poland, no?
I think he got one during Poland. He didn't get one in the first 2 games.
I know Mexico, no, because he's the one that they passed it to him and he shot it.
Yeah.
And Saudi Arabia, he's the one that did the dribble and the definition. So, well,
he got one against Croatia because that's when he took on Guardiola. I do remember that one. That was a famous assist.
Oh, okay.
He took him down the line and chased him, and then he couldn't take him away.
Yeah.
He just passed it in. I think Julian Alvarez scored.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Damn. All right. That's cool. That's cool. I mean, we got this.
0-2. We're both 0-2.
We got this.
I guess none of us have ball knowledge.
We do. It's just we got to study a little bit more.
Go.
All right. For the last question for Factor Cap. You ready?
Yep. Go for it.
All right. So, on 2022, Messi was the best player of the year. Is that a fact or the cap?
As in what? Like an award, like a Ballon d'Or, or like?
I mean, it's
the best
player of FIFA of the year.
Oh, in FIFA.
Yeah.
Like high rated.
Yeah.
And FIFA 22.
22, yeah, the year 2022.
So this is FIFA 23.
No, the year 2022.
That's why FIFA 22.
Well, I guess you can consider
FIFA
that
22.
then.
Okay, FIFA 22.
Yeah, season 22, 2022. Season 22, 23.
But what video game is it?
Well, it's just throughout the FIFA. That's the FIFA ranking. That's what I have here.
So it's not the video game.
No, it was not the video game though.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah, it says the FIFA, the best player of the year winners since the award was founded in 2016.
So the award, the best.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was asking. The best.
Mm-hmm.
FIFA 22, it has to, because that's when you win the World Cup. Wait, no, but I think they were actually more reasonable, and they were actually giving the award to somebody who actually won it.
Mm-hmm.
So the best, no, I'm gonna say cap.
Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. That is a fact. It was Messi, 2022.
It was?
Yeah, when he was with PSG. That was his best year after he dipped. It was the last year before he left to.
But this is an award or what? What is this?
Yeah,
what is this?
That's basically an award. It says the FIFA Best Player Award.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not making things up.
Oh, okay.
So it's an award. I mean, you have what's it called? You have 2016 when it first started, which was Ronaldo. 2017 Ronaldo. 2018, which was Modric when he did the best at the World Cup. And then, Lewandowski for the next two. And then Messi for the last two.
Okay. All right. Just checking you. All right. So the last one for me, I'm 0-3.
Yeah.
Can you get one?
I got this.
All right. Last one for Factor Cap in the segment is this one. Ryan Giggs has the most Premier League assists in the... let me repeat that.
Excuse me, say what?
Factor Cap. You ready?
Okay, go ahead.
Ryan Giggs has the most assists in Premier League history. Fact or cap?
Ooh, that Giggs. That's a fact. That is a fact.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yes, it sure is.
Locking your answer?
That's 100% locking it, putting on a lock to a chain, welded. Yes, that's a fact.
Ladies and gentlemen, Professor takes the dub, and that is a fact.
I know.
That is correct.
Yes.
Ryan Giggs does have the most Premier League assists of all time.
Yes, sir. He did his best with, who was he with? I fairly remember because, we didn't have Dish back then. I didn't have Dish and all that. I mean, I can only tell with the replays I would get on the weekends was with Man U.
That's the only team
that's what I remember, though. But back then, there was no Dish. There was no TikTok where you can see the videos and type of things. I would only see it with recaps.
Class of 93, baby.
Mm-hmm.
Class of 93. All right. So that concludes Factor Cap. Professor takes this one. He takes the 1 and 2. I take a 0 and 3. Is a big fat 0 and 3.
Yes.
So, yeah. All right. So let's jump into the first game. Yeah? You ready?
Go ahead.
So Real Madrid versus Atletico de Madrid. Round of 16, Copa Rey.
Yeah.
This was held at the Atletico de Madrid's ground.
Mm-hmm.
They came in after Real Madrid had just recently beat Barcelona 4-1 for the Super Cup the Supercopa de España.
Yeah.
In Saudi Arabia. They came in champions. They had just played just about a week ago in the semifinals of that same competition, where Real Madrid took it to extra times and beat them.
Yes.
So this was a different story, right, Omar?
Yeah, I mean, I do want to say the one thing, though. Real Madrid, did y'all just forget to turn off the party mode and just focus on Atletico Madrid? I mean, were you that cocky to think you were going to actually be Atletico Madrid? I mean, I don't know what happened. I don't know what Ancelotti told them. I don't know if they were partying till it's 1999. But come on, man. I mean, it's Atletico Madrid. You think they was going to be an easy team? You think they were going to say, you know what, we're going to let them win? No, come on. It's Atletico Madrid. You forgot to turn off the party mode. And you felt confident. You felt cocky. And, I mean, you can tell in the game. All those yellows the ref was giving. My Jesus Christ. I thought it was like a party or something. He was just yellow after yellow after yellow. I'm surprised he didn't give a yellow to the water boy or something. Or even the coaches. But, Real Madrid, I don't know what you did. I don't know what happened. I don't know why. But that was a horrible game. You should have done something, Ancelotti. You should have said something. You should have told them in halftime, hey, need you to activate or something, or need you to stop being cocky or get off the party bus. But my God, bro, I don't know what the hell happened to Madrid.
So this was
Nacho was all over the place.
So this was a game where the referee handed out 12 yellow cards. 6 for Real Madrid and 6 for Atletico Madrid. There was a lot of yellow cards that game. This game, same thing as the game in Saudi Arabia in the semifinal. This game also went to extra times.
Mm-hmm.
So they were tied 2-2 in the full time, and they went to extra time. So this game was a bit weird. So you can just tell Atletico de Madrid came with kind of a vengeance. They wanted to take a dub after losing
Yeah.
in the semifinal in Saudi Arabia. They had the crowd behind them.
Yeah.
Simeone always lively as always, cheering up, hyping up the crowd. Like,
Yeah,
come
yeah,
on,
yeah.
vámonos, vamos, vamos, vamos,
Mhm.
So Atletico Madrid played a decent game. I wouldn't say they played the best
Mhm.
because throughout this whole game, it was honestly literally just Morata by himself up top.
Yeah.
And then they were just kind of expecting Griezmann to kind of shift in and kind of help out a little bit.
Yeah.
But he didn't really help out much.
He just got lucky in the last goal.
So this was kind of just mainly Real Madrid with the ball, but they didn't really know what to do with the ball.
Right.
They couldn't really break down Atletico de Madrid's defense. I will say, though, they did have a couple of chances where they got a couple crossbars.
Mhm.
But Atletico de Madrid had a crossbar, too, I believe, throughout this game.
Yeah.
So it wasn't all bad for Madrid,
Mhm.
but they certainly could have done better, in my opinion.
They should have done better.
They couldn't. They definitely could have done better.
You just came from winning from Barca, destroy them, and then like you expect them to. You would expect to do the same thing with Atletico Madrid. I mean, you expect them to whip them basically, but I don't know what happened.
Yeah,
they were to me they were too cocky, bro. I mean, even the defenders, Nacho all over the place, giving those easy 2 goals. Beautiful goal, by the way, from
Griezmann scored a good goal
from Atletico Madrid. Badass Griezmann.
Griezmann scored a nice goal, but I think it was just poor because he was able to just walk almost into the area. It was a nice goal. I would say it was a nice goal, and then he just kind of struck it past the goalkeeper. So he had that third goal, which was in the 100th minute.
Mm-hmm.
And after that, it was just kind of like, we got about 20-ish minutes to try to score a goal.
Yeah.
And they just weren't able to. They got him on the counter attack, and they scored a fourth, and that was basically GG.
Game
GG,
over. Game over.
So
this is the thing about Real Madrid. They get too cocky. I've noticed that they get too cocky. They think that the next team they're gonna play is just trash, and that's what happens. I mean, and then we remember we discussed about the 2-0. It's always.
Yeah, well, I mean, they never led 2-0. It was Atletico Madrid led 1-0, and then they tied it up, and it was 1-1, and then Atletico Madrid, I believe, scored, and then it was 1-1 or 2-1. Sorry, and
2-1.
then at the very end, before the game ended, 8 minutes till the end of the game, they scored. It was 2-2, and that's what took them to extra time.
Yeah.
So I don't think it was a horrible game as you're saying, Omar, for Madrid. I think they played okay. They didn't play the best, obviously, but they didn't play horrible.
I disagree. I 100% disagree with that.
Because honestly, the goalkeeper from Madrid didn't do much throughout the game.
It's because Madrid didn't generate much.
Atletico Madrid didn't generate
No,
much.
Real Madrid didn't generate
No,
much.
Oblak was working. Oblak was
He
working.
wasn't that much.
He was working.
Not the way I saw it. He was not. Because if he was working and if Real Madrid would have done more stuff, they would have won it. Don't you think?
I think it could have been. I think it was just errors from Madrid. I think it was just errors from Madrid. Because like I said, Atletico Madrid didn't create too much. When they did create a chance, it was just like small little chances.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't big. Madrid was with the possession, but again, when they have the possession, it doesn't matter how much possession you have. You can have all the possession in the world if you're not creating big chances. Yeah. And that's how I saw the game. They had the possession, but they didn't create the best chances. You know?
Well, you see it backfired at the end. Yeah. I mean, they didn't do as much, and the ones that they had, they just didn't define them. And that's what happens when you too confident, and think no one can beat you.
Atletico Madrid were just very clinical.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say. They were very, very clinical.
And they were smart about it too.
Yeah. And then what I would say is I don't wanna say Madrid did horrible, but I think the goalkeeper just had fault in one of the goals. You remember with Lunin?
Yes.
Kind of outstretches. I don't know what he's really doing.
It's just the confusion between him and
Rudiger. Yeah, because it ended up being no goal.
And Rudiger was all over the place that game too.
Well, because so what happened was they're on the right side, and then I can't remember who gets the ball. I think it was Llorente. He tries to pass it back to Griezmann.
Yeah.
And then Camavinga sticks out a leg, and the ball just goes flying into the area. And what I think and what I believe should be an easy, brave run and grab it with your hands from Lunin. Instead, he reaches out with one hand. I don't know. That was, in my eyes, that was a bit embarrassing for a goalkeeper. It was all goalkeeper error there.
Right.
And then they made it 2-1, and then it bounces out of Rudiger and it goes in, and then Sogo 2-1 down. And
I mean,
this game was a bit weird in my eyes. That's how I saw it.
I mean, you playing for Real Madrid, you expect the best of the best, bro. Real Madrid, 14 championships. You expect the best of the best, and for a goalie to just extend his arm, like, come on. Ancelotti should pay attention to that.
He did, because next game Lunin was benched, unfortunately, and it was Kepa who started the next game. But I mean, I don't think, again, I'm gonna keep on repeating. I feel like I sound very repetitive, but I don't think Madrid did that bad, because they had a couple of chances where they hit the post. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
They had that Rodrigo chance where he kicks the ball and it bounces off defender and it hits the top bar.
Yeah.
So it's not like they were completely utter useless. They did, they built something. They just weren't clinical. And you need some luck too, so.
Yeah, but you don't win games off of luck, bro.
Sometimes you do. Not always. No. But you need luck on your side for sure.
It's not luck. You need to be smart about it. There is no luck.
So anyways, the Jose Lu had to come in and save the day to take them to extra time. They went to extra time. He scored a little header. Again, you talk about you don't need luck, but that was a lucky pass / goal from Bellingham.
He knew what he was doing.
Bellingham kind of, Vini lays it off. He kind of shoots it a little bit, but it kind of bounces off of defenders, and it kind of just perfectly lands to Jose Lu, and Jose Lu just kind of throws himself.
Yeah.
Headers it in.
I think that was on purpose. He didn't. That was no luck.
I think he was
aiming for him, because
he was aiming for him.
He saw the defenders get closer to him. He attracted those defenders. And made him open. So he did that. He did that on purpose. He wanted to create that play, and it worked out. I mean, unless if it would have been another story where he would have been selfish and scored himself, but it worked out. Yeah,
and. I mean, once I saw the second replay, I did think it was more of a pass more than a shot. So that was that. And then again, let's talk about the third goal, Omar, because the third goal, it was just, I don't know what was going on with Real Madrid's defense this game. Again, I think a little bit of hangover or something. I don't know. They were on party bus.
They were on party mode or something, but
the way Griezmann just kind of just casually runs into the box and just finishes it above. Yeah. And you know what I want to say, and I'm going to sound very unpopular right now, and this is just passion.
Yeah.
That I'm speaking right now. And I want your input after I say this, but
yeah, go ahead.
I think Rodrigo and Vini sometimes can be very, very lazy.
Yeah. I'll see that. I mean, I think what they see, or what my idea is that they say, okay, you know what? We're going to perform our best. We're going to perform this goal so that Ancelotti can say, you know what? You need to chill, relax, and they'll take it easy on the next few games. I don't see the pressure from Ancelotti and telling them, like, I need you to be on attack mode 24/7. Like, I see that Ancelotti rewards them by saying, you know what? Next game, y'all need to just relax. It's Atletico Madrid. It's not even that competitive. I mean, they get lazy. They know they're lazy. They know that if they want to, they can score more than 1 or 2 goals or 3. But it's on purpose, bro. I mean, if you look at the game, when the first few minutes, they weren't doing as much. And then once they saw the pressure, what they do? Resolved it in less than, 20, 30 minutes?
So the reason why I say they're lazy is because the third goal only happens because Vinicius Jr. does a bad pass and basically leads off to Griezmann getting the ball and just running straight down. And he comes back, but he can't defend it properly. And once Griezmann is in the box, he can't really touch him because he has that position.
Yeah.
But then again, it's too easy because Vini just kind of slows down, and then it's up to Griezmann. Griezmann still has to do a lot, but he just kind of rifles it over the top of Oblak's head. Yeah. I mean, not Oblak. Lunen's head.
Lunen's,
and I think Lunen can do better too because that's his front post. You know, he should stand tall.
He should.
But I mean, it's whatever. But that's just one scenario. If you look at throughout the game, when they lose the ball, Madrid does. Vini and Rodrigo, both of them, they just kind of walk.
Yeah.
They remind me a lot of like Messi. You know? They just walk around the field, you know? And you can argue, well, Jonathan, coach, he's they're the best players. They score goals. Why are they supposed to be defending, you know? But the best teams, the teams that win the most are the teams that defend with all 11 players.
Everybody, yeah.
All 11 players. The defense starts with the first 2 players. Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr., whenever the defense has the ball on the other team and they pass the ball side to side, they'll press a little bit. But once they beat that line, they'll just walk back. You know?
Yeah.
And now it's up to the other 8 players to try to defend and do a good job, you know?
Yeah.
But it shouldn't be like that. You know what I mean? And then I noticed that in a lot of other games. Those games, that game in particular, and then the game against Almeria, you know?
Yeah, Almeria, yeah. I mean, it could be a tactical thing, though. It could be Ancelotti's tactical way of telling them, okay, pretend like you're walking so that the defenders of the opposite team don't pay as much attention to you because they know that you're going to be walking. So that way, in case of a counterattack, you go around them easily until you'll be running around.
Well, yeah, because Madrid is kind of sort of a counterattack. They're fast on transition, fast in that aspect. You know, that's how they got so many goals against Barcelona. But when they play against teams like Atletico Madrid who just sit in the back, you can't play that football. So it's not like they're running much anyways, you know? Because they have the ball and they're attacking or whatever, but they're not going to have the same space they would have against a high attacking team like a Barcelona or whatever. Yeah. So when Atletico Madrid does get that chance, I expect Rodrigo and Vinicius Jr. to drop back and defend. But that was not the case, you know? And then that hasn't been the case. And it upsets me a little bit. And I'm not going to lie.
I think it's been for a while. I think after even, hopefully the fans of Real Madrid don't chew me for this, but even when Benzema was there, I would remember seeing them doing the same thing.
So I think Benzema and Ronaldo, they have special privileges.
Oh, I mean, you're talking about the best player of the world.
Rodrigo and Vinicius, I don't think are at that level just yet. They think.
They think they are.
They think.
Just because Vinicius has set number 7, he thinks he are.
And you know what? I don't even sound like a Madrid fan, what I'm about to say, bro. But I think, I mean, and a lot of people will agree with me. I'm not going to sound like a Madrid fan right now for what I'm about to say. But I think Vinicius Jr. complains a lot. Hear me out.
Mm-hmm. Like Neymar? Or worse than that?
Nah, worse, dude.
Worse
than Neymar, dude.
Okay.
Because he gets the ball, right? And he charges a defender, right?
Yeah.
And just the slightest touch that they do on him, he's already complaining, you know? Mm-hmm. He's over here saying, like, oh, well, he grabbed me. Whatever, right? Because we both played the game. When somebody grabs you, they kind of impede your motion and how you run to the ball, right? We both played the game. We understand
If you let it, though.
Right.
If you let it.
Fine, whatever. They impede you. Yeah, you get upset. What upsets me the most, though, about him complaining is that he doesn't stop complaining for a while. He'll complain, and he'll complain, and he'll complain, and the play is still going on.
Mm-hmm.
And that, too. And he also gets a yellow card for complaining.
That's when he stops.
Yeah, because he complains a lot, yeah. But what irritates me more, because it's passion, right? You want passionate players. You want people who will say something, right? But also, if you're going to say something, fight for the badge and work for it. I don't like that he complains, and then he just doesn't drop back.
Mm-hmm.
Once they do the make the decision that it's not a foul, forget about it. You complain once, it wasn't heard, nothing's gonna change. Yeah. Drop back and help your team. You're leaving your team on a disadvantage, and he does it a lot. He'll little hand, whatever, small, nothing big, just a little hand or whatever.
Yeah.
And he'll just stop and then he'll raise his hands up or whatever and this and that. Don't get me wrong. I'm a big fan of Vini Jr. though. I don't want to get chewed up by somebody in the comments. They're gonna be like, "Oh, you don't know nothing about football." But trust me, I watch all the Madrid games. Mm-hmm. Vinicius Jr. complains a lot, And a lot of the times not for a good reason.
Yeah, I mean, it's not even about you not watching or you not knowing what you're talking about. It's kind of obvious. It's like you see it, you analyze it, and if it's a constant pattern, you're gonna know that the players like that. I mean, look at Neymar. I mean, when he was with PSG, with Barcelona, I mean, he became real famous for diving.
Yeah, that was his thing. Like, he dives a lot, and I don't put it past that it'll come against Vinicius soon. That they'll be like, oh well, he always complains about everything. You know, he's complaining about this, he's complaining about that. So, anyways, I don't want it to be about him just being a complainer, because he has talent and he's such a good player. I don't think he's reached the levels or the potential that I believe he can reach.
Yeah.
Because I still believe that his finishing is off. He can do a lot of better with his finishing. Yeah. He's been developing year after year. You know, his numbers are going up and he's getting better decision making or whatever. But I still don't think he's
at that level. He's
reached his potential yet.
I think that number 7 is getting to his head.
Nah, I don't think
that player. The number 7 jersey is getting to his head.
For a moment, I thought there was gonna be a curse. You know how he got injured when he took the number 7 at the beginning of the season. He's been injured twice, so hopefully it doesn't stay like that. I want to see finishes on the field. I just don't want to see him complaining as much. That's it.
Yeah.
But anyways, go back to the game. So they ended up scoring a 4th goal late on. A very counterattack goal.
Lazy counterattack. I mean, Griezmann just walked himself in. Literally. What they did not was it Nacho the one that was on him or no?
No, this was at the very end and like almost the end of the game. Madrid was just attacking. All men were just on top. Mm-hmm. And then I believe they laid off. It was a over the top through ball. Mm-hmm. And then
but who was on him? Who was on his?
No, it was Tchouaméni.
Oh, Tchouaméni.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Tchouaméni, just let him go through, bro.
Well, it's because it was 2 against 1. So it was kind of hard. It was 2 against 1, and it was just kind of like a layoff, and then Riquelme just kind of slotted it in. There was nothing really he could do. So
could have fouled him.
No, I mean they were inside the box. So.
No, but before he was inside the box.
There could have been a foul at the very, very, very end, but that was it.
I mean, I think that Madrid had already given up.
Yeah. It was just. It's not that they given up. They just had put too much numbers forward, so they just made the scoreboard a little amplified than it was.
They give up.
But yeah, so it ended up 4-2. Madrid, unfortunately, they are not gonna get the treble this season no more. And you know what? This would have been a good question for Factor Cap. But do you know that Real Madrid have never won the treble? Surprisingly.
No, I did not
you didn't know that. Surprisingly, such a big club they are, and they can't win the treble.
Wow. Well, I mean, I guess it was for the good though. I mean, if
now they can focus on La Liga and Champions League, which is the two titles I think that matter the most out of all 3 of them, in my opinion.
Yeah, but I mean,
but you know, I as a Madrid fan, I would want them to see them win the treble. Yeah, but unfortunately, Atletico Madrid advanced. Madrid are out.
Yeah.
And they just got 2 trophies to focus on, so.
That's better, though. It's not so much pressure, but then, like I said, it was a good thing that they got beat like that. It was a reality check.
Yeah. So, that was that game. We move on to our next segment. Mm-hmm. This segment's called Coach versus Professor.
Yes, sir. I already know, guys. You already know the dynamic. We're going to be asking 3 questions. Out of those 3 questions, it's gonna be 4 multiple choices, and whoever gets the most correct will win this segment, and we'll continue on going.
I think we're gonna start keeping track. Start it from this episode.
So to see from here
how many points,
how many wins we've gotten so far, who's won more, Coach or the Professor.
Yeah.
You guys decide the questions. If you have any questions or any specific topic of what you want us to discuss on the Factor Cap or on the Coach versus Professor.
So Coach versus Professor. So again, I'm gonna ask 3 questions. I'm gonna go first this time since you went first last time.
Ladies first.
All right. So whoever wins this round gets a point for the season opener.
Season opener.
All right.
Go ahead.
Last one was a preseason game.
That was the warm up.
Yeah, this is an account in all the next podcast episodes.
Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Go ahead.
All right. Lionel Messi has won many trophies in his career,
Uh-huh.
including La Liga titles.
Okay.
How many La Liga titles has Messi won in his career? Is it A, 10? Is it B, 12? Is it C, 13? Or is it D, 9?
Oof. 10, 11. What was it? 10?
Is it 10, 12, 13,
Or
or
9?
9?
Ooh. Okay. How long was he with Barcelona? How many years?
He was with Barcelona from about 2006 to the last season, which was around 2021 when he left to.
When he left.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, man, I would want to say 9. I don't think it was more than 12 or 13.
You guys say 9?
I want to say 9.
The professor's locking his answer at 9.
9.
The professor is incorrect.
Ah, shoot. Was it 12?
No. Lionel Messi has won a total of 10 La Liga
10,
titles
10.
in his career at Barcelona.
Man.
It's your turn.
10.
0 for 1. Professor, 0 for 1.
I had it. I knew it was either 10 or 9, but
Yeah.
that's why that's why I asked you how long was he with Barca, but okay. Bet. Alrighty, coach. Question number 1. Manchester United set a Premier League record in 1995 that has been equaled 3 times. By Leicester in 2019, by United again in 2021, and by which other team this season? A, Manchester City. B, Liverpool. C, Arsenal. D, Fulham.
What is the record?
It doesn't say. It says the record. It just says the record here.
There's a record.
Well, I mean, there's a record. I'm pretty sure it's like 9-0 or 10-0 type of thing.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
scored.
The goals.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has to be. Yeah, because Leicester scored a ton of goals in that rainy game. I can't remember against who. Yeah, and then Manchester United scored a bunch of goals too against. Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say. What were the answer choices? Liverpool was one of them, right?
Manchester City, A. B, Liverpool. C, Arsenal. D, Fulham.
It's Liverpool.
Liverpool?
Yeah, Liverpool.
You sure about that?
Yeah, Liverpool. I can't believe. I mean, I can't remember how much goals. I think it was 9-0 or something that they scored against somebody. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Leicester scored 9-0 against the team. Manchester United scored 9-0 against the team. And then Liverpool scored 9-0 against the team. I just can't remember what team. But it's Liverpool. It's Liverpool.
You sure?
Yeah, 100%
Are you sure?
1,000% sure. It's Liverpool.
I'm going to give you a few minutes for y'all guys to lock in y'all's answers. So the answer is Liverpool.
Yeah, it was Liverpool.
Liverpool won a game 9-0 against Bournemouth.
Yeah, I was going to say Bournemouth.
Bournemouth equaling the biggest win in the Premier League history.
Yeah, I was against Bournemouth. Yeah, I remember that game.
Liverpool.
It's just recently, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you ready?
Go ahead.
Manchester City reached a total high of 100 points in which Premier League season?
Mm-hmm.
Is it A, 2016-2017?
Mm-hmm.
B, 2017-2018? C, 2018-2019? Or D, 2019-2020?
And who is this we're talking about?
Manchester City, when they got 100 points. What season was it?
When did Haaland join?
Boy, Haaland didn't join it until last season.
I think it is. It was... I would want to say 2021-2022, right? That was one of the answer choices?
No.
Oh, which one was it again? I'm sorry.
2016-2017 is A.
Okay.
2017-2018.
B.
2018-2019.
C.
And 2019-2020.
I'm gonna go with C.
2018-2019?
Yeah.
The professor has no ball knowledge. He is 0 for 2.
It's not?
Incorrect. It was in 2017-2018 when they got 100 points in the Premier League.
Well,
Incorrect.
damn, really?
Yep. 0 for 2. 0 for 2.
I could have sworn. Well, I mean, it makes sense. I was gonna say 2019, but that's I don't think that was that. But
2019, 2020 is when Liverpool won the league.
hey, look, I tried.
You tried. Let's give a professor a
round of applause.
Round of applause
Hey,
for no ball knowledge.
Nah. You see, you don't know me like that, bro. That's why it's professor time.
I don't think the glasses are working, Professor.
They work. They do wonders. I can see better.
Okay.
Not the goodness. Alrighty, so last one, number 3. And this is fact. I was gonna say fact or cap.
Wrong segment.
This is professor versus coach.
Coach versus professor.
Well, I like to go first.
Okay.
I'm always the first one. All right, coach. Question number 3 and the last one. What was the average attendance at the Premier League games this season? Average attendance for the Premier League season. All right. Is it A, 35,888? B, 40,232? C, 45,624? Or D, 50,910? See if you have the knowledge.
I'm gonna go with because I don't believe the stadiums are as big, so I'm gonna go with the. What was the second one?
The first one, 35,888. Second one was 40,232.
I'm gonna go with that one. 40,000.
That one?
Yeah,
Sure?
I'm gonna lock in that one. Yeah.
All right, guys, out there in our TikTok, YouTube video, make sure you subscribe and let us know what the answer is. The answer is 40,232.
Hey.
It says this season produced the highest attendance in the Premier League era. The biggest crowd was for Manchester United win over City in the Derby, which was 75,546. And the smallest was the Bournemouth defeat at home with Crystal Palace of 9,972.
Oh, wow. Nobody showed up for that.
I mean, come on, bro. Crystal Palace versus Bournemouth?
Bro, don't hate on Crystal Palace.
I mean, I'm just saying.
Anyways, we got some fans out there who like.
Maybe. I'm sorry, guys, but I mean, who would go? It's like trying to go see the bottom 2 of the league. Like, why would you go see the bottom 2 of the league?
Well, yeah, they're passionate about the team.
True that.
All right, so I go 2 for 0, or our 2 for 3.
2 for 3.
So I take 2. I'll take 2. All right, last question for you, Professor. Let's see if you can at least get a go, or excuse me,
go
a point.
At least a point.
At least a point. You ready?
Yeah, go
This
ahead.
one should be easy for you.
Mm-hmm.
Ready? What 2 Premier League players hold the assist record
Mm-hmm.
in the Premier League, obviously?
Premier League, yeah.
Let me repeat that. What 2 players share the Premier League assist record?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
Is it A, Fabregas and Ozil?
Mm-hmm.
Is it B, Ozil and De Bruyne?
Okay.
Is it C, Thierry Henry and De Bruyne?
Mm-hmm.
Or is it D, Fabregas and De Bruyne?
Ooh. I would want to say, because I think they had the same style of assists and the way that they played, Thierry Henry and De Bruyne.
The answer is correct. It is Thierry Henry and De Bruyne. They both share the record for the most assists in the Premier League with 20 assists.
20
assists in one Premier League season. So,
wow.
Okay, Professor.
I do believe that.
Okay,
I do believe
Professor.
that.
One point. I see you.
Either
way.
I still got beat.
You got defeated. So mark it in the record books.
The record book.
Coach 1, Professor
0. So don't worry, guys. This is just a warm up. I'll get him next time for sure.
We'll see. Y'all gonna see that the coach is the one with the real ball knowledge.
I don't think so, bro. Because the professor teaches you.
I'm the student.
And you're the coach. I'm the professor that teaches you.
All right, so that was the segment, Coach versus Professor. Another good segment that we had today.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna move on to a controversial game, Omar.
Oh yes, I wanted to talk about this one this whole entire time, bro.
Real Madrid versus Almeria.
I do want to say something though.
Go ahead.
Real Madrid. Why? Just why? Why do you want to commit a robbery? Why do you want to get known for committing a fixed game? Do you really want to get known like Barca did at the Champions League versus Chelsea back in 2009? Do you really want to be that controversial? Like, come on, man. The VAR, I'm sorry for the Madrid fans, and you know I am, but I'm just calling it as it is. Like, is this like to get back at the Atletico Madrid? Is this to get? You think this is gonna help to get us back, and to forget about how you got beat by Atletico Madrid? Now you going versus the number, was it number 20 or number 19 on the league?
Almeria haven't won.
No, but what number? What place are they at?
No,
18, right?
No, Almeria's at the bottom of the table.
Yeah, but what place?
20.
20. You think that you were gonna do something, and you were gonna try to get our attention back by getting a fixed game? I'm sorry, but Real Madrid, you know better. You know better. You know that you should have won it by the ref not helping as much, because there are some controversials on the goal that Vini scored that was totally a handball. I'm sorry, that's a handball. You know, you still have the third goal that could have sealed the deal for Almeida and won their first game when one of the players hit, was it Kudegar? When they made this, no, how do you say it? Rudiger. I'm sorry, Rudiger.
What'd you say?
I said Kudegar. Rudiger. I'm sorry, because I'm angry, bro. I'm angry.
Yeah, I feel you passionate.
It's like, that wasn't as foul as much, because it was barely a slight touch to his face. But come on, I mean, I don't know why this game feels so fixed. And even if it was, that's a shame. That's a shame on Real Madrid. Like, it's a shame that they had to go to this extent to get people to talk back about them. To say, oh, you know what, Real Madrid won. You see, Atletico Madrid, you got nothing on us. You just catch us in a bad day. Like, no, bro. The ref was fixed. I'm sorry. I felt it fixed. The Vini was not a goal. Vini's goal was not a goal. The fouls, there were some fouls, and I believe some reds could have also affected the game. But to me, I'm sorry, but to me, I think it was fixed.
So it was Real Madrid versus Almeria.
Yeah.
Almeria, a team who has not won a single game.
Yeah, I mean,
in 19 games.
And I'm sorry to cut you off, bro. It's like, what a coincidence. You should have done that to Barca. Should have done that to Sevilla. Should have done that to a team that's well known. Of course, they're gonna do it to to Almeida. Who's gonna care about them? They're gonna get back to the second division. It's not gonna make as much of a difference if they were to fix it. But I mean, if you were to done it to Sevilla, to Atletico Madrid, to Barca, to even Rayo Vallecano, they would have said something. I don't know. That's the way I see it.
Yeah.
And even though, like I said, I'm a Madrid fan, but I see what I see, and I say how it is.
Right. No, yeah. So let's dive in a little bit to it. So it was again Almeria, who was at the very bottom of the table, haven't won a single game. If you were to look at the calendar for Real Madrid this season, and you look at this fixture at home at the Estadio Santiago Bernabéu, you're like, easy 3 points. Yeah. They're gonna go in there, they're gonna cruise through them, probably win 3-4, 5-0. Almeria haven't been able to do anything really in terms of win a game or whatever. Mm-hmm. It should have been easy. Nobody had an insight what was yet to happen. Up. Yeah, what was about to happen. So this game got me frustrated, Omar.
Yeah.
Professor, it got me very frustrated. Real Madrid came in here, this game, because against Atletico Madrid, they showed some passion, they showed some heart and stuff in the beginning of the game, and it wasn't as bad.
Yeah.
Right? They did something. This game, however, I mean, my goodness, this is when they were in party mode. Legit, these guys, these players' heads were somewhere else in the first 45 minutes. Mm-hmm. It only took a minute, not even a minute, for Almeria to go up on the score sheet.
Yeah.
1-0. I mean, poor defending. Everybody was still asleep. Yeah. And Almeria went up and scored a 1-0. And then it wasn't like Real Madrid was like, all right, they scored a goal. Yeah, immediately it starts kicking in like, all right, we got to step up, step on the gas pedal. We're gonna score a goal real quick, No, it didn't click to them. It was like nothing happened. It was like the game was still 0-0. Or maybe even it was like Real Madrid was winning the game 2-0 or something.
Yeah.
Because they didn't even do anything to try to, like damage the opponent, It was poor.
Yeah.
So anyways, so they score a goal. It goes on to the second. It goes on throughout the half. Real Madrid have a ton of possession.
But don't forget about the second goal.
No, that's why they have a ton of possession, but they don't do anything with it.
Yeah,
like they have it, but they're just passing it side to side to side, not really ever really threatening the goalkeeper. It's just like pass. I mean, that second half was poor. I mean, poor. And then we reach about, what was it, like the 42nd minute or so?
Yeah.
And Almeria it wasn't even a chance. Not even like a clear chance. The ball just goes over. And then Nacho, who was at fault, in my opinion, for the first goal.
That's his goal.
Because it was a bad pass in the first goal. He goes ahead and does a second mistake. And instead of just clearing the ball out, which I would have done, probably you would have done. And we're just here, some amateurs, players, whatever, talking about these players, how like we could have done better. But I think we could have done better. And when the ball comes over like that, just clear it.
Yeah.
Just clear it, right? You agree?
I would have done it. I mean,
yeah.
It's a no-brainer. You gotta
clear it. What he does is the ball comes over. He kind of just taps it backwards, like almost like a back pass to pass it away.
He tried to hit that Ronaldinho assist.
And anyways, he's outside the box. He just kind of tips it up in the air, and it falls perfectly for a center back.
Yeah, the center back. Hey, man, and don't get me wrong, that was a beautiful goal.
Oh, I mean, probably candidate for goal of the week, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, that was a beautiful goal. There was nothing the Kepa would have done at all.
He goes and he scores a nice, beautiful goal.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like a volea, right? You would say?
Yeah, I mean, he Nacho gave it to him, never touched the ground, and he kind of just with his inner foot.
Nothing Kepa could do, by the way. There's not a goalkeeper fault.
Even if he would have threw his shoe even if he threw his shoe or his gloves at it, I don't think it would have stopped.
I mean, absolute banger of a goal. And then all the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu was shocked.
Yeah.
They lead 2-0, and everybody was just in shock. And then they go into halftime, and in my head, I'm thinking, they better do something. Because, like, Carlo Ancelotti better pick out some type of, pep talk out of somewhere of his all-time grades, because this Real Madrid that's playing right now, they come out and play the exact same thing. They ain't getting nothing. They're about to lose. Lose.
I mean, it was going to be another fail. And then his coaching days would have been down by then. Because I think if he would have lost against Almeida, you think they would have questioned if Ancelotti is still being the Real Madrid coach?
I mean, I don't think this game would have affected him being the coach, but it definitely, there's a lot of pressure.
Really?
It wouldn't.
Losing versus Atletico Madrid and losing versus 20th place, you think that's not questionable?
I mean, I don't think so.
Bruh.
I don't think. I mean, yeah, you have a bad run of form, just like any team. Obviously, just because it's Real Madrid, you have more pressure. But I don't think it's questionable to be like, oh, you're about to get sacked.
It doesn't matter. It's like if you were a coach for the FIFA World Cup and you lose a final, and it's a final, it's a game.
Yeah, but it depends what the team is.
You think it's not questionable if you can't make it?
Yeah, but it's the Copa del Rey. It's not like a big tournament. Yeah, you want to win it, but it's not like the end. It's not the Champions League,
Yeah, but I mean, every game is a game. There's no special to any game. A game is a game, no matter the opponent, if it's on 20th place, or no matter he's on first, or no matter if he's won many titles. Like me, as the coach ahead on top of Ancelotti, the ones with the business, I would have questioned it. Like, you got beat by Atletico Madrid, and if you're about to get beat by the 20th place, don't you think that's questionable? Don't you think you'd be like, hey, we need to find our options? I mean, that's what I would do.
I don't think it was that bad, Omar. I think if they get if they do end up losing, I don't think it's like, oh, whatever. But anyways, they get booed. They get booed out of the stadium. Ancelotti, I guess, has a pep talk or whatever.
Got that money talk.
So anyways, they come back in, and it's a completely different team, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They do come out swinging from the first minute. They're starting to create chances. They look more aggressive. They're attacking the box and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
they're doing more than they ever did in 45 minutes, right?
Yeah.
So they get a penalty, right?
Mm-hmm.
Jude Bellingham steps up and makes it 2-1.
2-1.
2-1, right?
Yeah. Questionable, the penalty.
Why is that?
Why is that? Because, bro, if you look at the foul, it wasn't that much of a... I mean, I would say he barely touched it, to me. But then again, my whole theory is, like, you pay some money on the halftime to get that advantage.
You really think this game was really fixed, right?
Yes, I really think so. I mean, all the bars, he went to the bar, 4 or 5 times? And out of those 4 or 5 times, it was those 2 goals, which is the Vinicius goal, which is a handball, which was the
handball for the penalty.
From the penalty, which was, to me, it was unintentional. But then again, I mean, why you have your arm extended out like that? That, and then also
the Jude Bellingham gets hit in the face.
The third goal that Almeida could have got.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't that much of a touch. It was barely like a little.
So yeah, so we enter VAR mode. VAR was very, 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 I mean, very, very involved in this game. You agree, Omar?
Yeah.
Very involved. So
too much involved.
So the goal that the penalty that they give for Jude Bellingham is a handball that wasn't called initially, but they went to VAR for it.
Yeah.
And they ended up ultimately calling it a penalty. And Bellingham ended up sticking it into the bottom corner or down the middle.
Yeah, down the middle.
But the first one I think is a penalty.
Mm-hmm.
You think it was questionable? I think it was a penalty.
To me,
a little questionable. Yeah,
it's questionable because the intent of a player isn't so much to extend his arm out. Because if you think about it, I think it touches.
Joselu headers at the ball like that, like downward, and then it hits off the hand.
Yeah,
slightly, and then it
like
sort of kind of changes the direction of the ball in a way, but not too much.
It's not that much of a change because if he wouldn't have touched it, then
I don't think he's
Bellingham would have gotten on the. Was it Bellingham that was running
at the end of the post? Yeah,
at the end of the post, the far post, he could have got it. But I mean, it wasn't that much of a touch. But I mean, to me, it's like why you took so long. Why you took so long to go check it? I mean, if you had questions or doubts on it, you should have checked it right there and then.
So it is in my eyes I thought it was clear. I thought it's clear penalty. My eyes.
Yeah.
So they get the goal and then so it's 2-1, right?
Yeah, 2-1.
And then what happens, Omar, is they go on, Almeria does. They go on and score a third goal. And it's now 3-1.
3-1.
But Bellingham loses the ball in the midfield-ish.
Yeah.
They pass the ball. I can't remember what the Almeria player was. He lays it off to one of his teammates.
Yeah.
And then that player, he kind of, natural position, kind of shield yourself, you know? He reaches his arm back and catches Bellingham in the face, and Bellingham falls down.
Yeah.
The play continued. It is not called during the play.
Yeah.
He leads it. It's laid off. I can't remember who crosses it in. But Arribas at the end of it scores, and it's 3-1. And everybody's celebrating. It's 3-1. Well, they go to VAR again. And this time, it's because of the face, the hand to the face.
Yeah.
He takes a look at it and ultimately decides that it is a clear foul. Obviously, an obvious error. And they call back the goal, and it remains 2-1. At this point, I mean, the manager was so mad in Almeria.
I mean, I can read his lips, and he was ready to go at it.
Yeah.
I mean, he said he was done. Like,
he kept on waving his hands.
Yeah, like you already got screwed by the PK, and then you already got screwed by them taking a goal away that wasn't even like a big of a foul towards Bellingham. So I mean, what do you expect?
You don't think that's a foul?
They didn't even touch him that much.
But he still touched him in the face.
But it's not like a big old slap on the face, though.
Obviously he's not going to turn around and be like, bah.
It was more like a barely scrape, though.
That's a foul.
I mean, Bellingham sold it.
He sold it well.
He sold it.
But it's still foul. You can't reach your arm across like that and touch somebody in the face.
But it wasn't as much of touch of a face.
Yes,
though.
it's okay to shield your body. But you can't go like that, like all the way back and stuff. You can't be... boxing inside the ring, slap boxing inside the ring, the field,
soccer field.
Yeah, I don't know. In my eyes, it was a clear foul. You can disagree, but it was a foul.
No.
So it ends up being 2-1, and then off of that, not too much time later, Vinicius Jr. scores a goal.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very controversial goal.
That was not a goal.
It was a
The
goal.
rule
It was a
on
goal.
the FIFA rule states that your hand starts from your fingers all the way to where your shoulder is. And if you look at the replay of Vinicius Jr., he literally put his arm forward and hit it with between his bicep.
It was right here, Omar.
It was between bicep and where the shoulder begins.
It was higher than that.
No.
It was higher than that.
No, sir.
So look.
No, sir. No, sir.
Look. What I would say about this whole controversy is, how do I put it?
No, sir.
It's because I can see it both ways.
There's only one way, bro.
From my understanding, we looked at the rule books, you and I.
Yeah.
If it's above the armpit-ish,
Mm-hmm.
it's not a handball. It's still considered the shoulder joint.
Yeah.
Right? What I remember somebody saying was, if it's the sleeve up, like you can see the sleeve up, it's not a handball. If it's the sleeve up. But the thing about this is that when he doesn't just he hits it, right?
Naturally.
It's not kind of like the ball comes, the ball comes and it hits his shoulder and it bounces in, right? He physically controls his arm and his shoulder to kind of
hit it,
push it forward, kind of do that movement forward.
Yeah.
And that's where it's questionable. Because he kind of leans his body and his shoulder forward like that, So that's where I would say it could be called back,
It should have.
But ultimately, because of the fact that it's above the shoulder or above the sleeve, that's where he caught it. I don't think it's a handball. I don't think it's a handball.
Well, you wrong. That's a handball. I'm sorry. As a Real Madrid fan, I accept it. It was not a foul. I'm sorry. It was not a goal. It was a handball. The rule book states it from the shoulder down, throughout the whole arm, from where your fingers start to where your shoulder joint is. It's a handball. No matter if it's between the armpits, between bicep or the joint, it's a handball. On top here, it's not a handball. If I would have seen that he did it with his shoulder, like that, okay, then it's a go. But he literally put his body forward.
Yeah.
And you can see when he swung his arm and it hit him literally where your bicep and your joint starts. So literally here.
Yeah.
And that's a handball. I'm sorry, but it's a handball.
I can see it both ways. But and it ended up being a goal. VAR looked at it and they declared it a goal. Because initially it was called handball.
A handball.
And then they looked at it and they were like, no, this is a goal. And then they went for the goal. And it stood. So money sign.
Money talks.
Money talks.
Money talks.
So it went 2-2. And then, so again, Irate was the manager on the Almeria.
Yeah.
He was just like, nah, this,
He's gone.
Increíble. He kept on saying increíble, incredible, increíble, waving his hands up in the air.
Ser hostia mía, que esta madre sea hasta la concha de más ha parido. He said, how do they say it? Arrivederci.
He was livid.
I mean, I would too.
He was so livid. He ended up getting a red card, and he got expelled from the remainder of the game.
Mm-hmm.
So 2-2, and then this takes us to the very end of the game, where very, very late. They had 11 minutes, Omar. 11 minutes to the game.
11 minutes.
11 minutes.
And they thought it was NFL or something.
And the capi himself, El Capitan, from a beautiful, beautiful cross from Brahim Diaz over to Bellingham, centers it back with his head across the goal. And there he is, our hero, Omar, our Real Madrid hero, Dani Carvajal, just to tap it in and make it 3-2 and send Estadio Santiago Bernabeu into excitement and joy. And they get all 3 points.
Yep.
And that's how it ended. 3-2 with the goal of Dani Carvajal.
Questionable.
Very questionable game. Very, very, very controversial. But at the end of it, I think it was the rightful result for Real Madrid. And they took the dub. And that's all I got to say.
After the thing was fixed?
It was not fixed.
I don't know. I have my doubts.
You can have your doubts, but it was not fixed.
I'm just angry to the point that Bar was involved with this game so much. The points added at the end of the game, which is 11 minutes, which is a lot. The game didn't stop for as much. To me, it makes no sense that you add 11 minutes, 12 minutes, so that they give you time to score. And then you allow the Vinicius goal to be an actual goal. And take the third goal that could have sentenced the game for Real Madrid away. And he didn't even touch him.
Very questionable game, but at the end of it, they take the dub.
People might hate me, and people might say, "Oh, you're not even a real fan because you're talking about."
No, you're a real fan when you accept the fact that your team did whatever. But I think all of our decisions were good. I think all of our decisions were good.
No, sir.
But
I don't think so.
But that's it. So that concluded the game. Madrid get all 3 points, and they're in second place at the time of recording because Girona won their game.
Yeah.
So they still got a game in hand though. So if they win the game, they'll obviously go up to first place. Mm-hmm. Real Madrid will. So yeah. So that's how it ends.
Question.
Yeah.
Who is Girona? Why are they in first place? What the heck happened?
They're a Citigroup owned club, but
what happened?
But yeah, so that concludes this show's games.
Yeah,
we're gonna end it off with our goal of the week.
Goal of the week
or World Class Zone goal of the week.
World Class Zone.
So
WCZ goal of the week.
So do you want to go first, or you want me to say my goal? Of the week?
I can go first.
Okay.
I would say the Ramirez goal, the second one.
Yeah.
To me, it was perfect. The goal itself, such as he didn't even let it drop, hit it like de volea como venía. He basically tapped it in with his inside foot, and there was nothing Kepa could have done. I think that's the best of the goal of the week, especially if it was close to the upper 90 though.
Yeah.
So I think for me that's the best one.
Yeah. That's a tough one. Because you also had the other goal from can't remember the team from Premier League this weekend. He brought it with his left, shot it with his right.
Wasn't it for Bournemouth?
Was it Bournemouth?
Yeah, Bournemouth.
Might have been. But I'm gonna stick with my Club America, and I'm gonna go with my Richard Sanchez. Richard Sanchez. If you guys haven't watched that goal, Richard Sanchez go against who did they play this weekend? Querétaro. Sorry.
Yeah.
Beautiful outside the box shot. Richard Sanchez has it in his locker.
Yeah.
Just shoots it, rifles it, top post.
Top post.
Bounces down inside and over.
Mm-hmm. You know what goal that goal reminded me of? Of the debut with Ronaldinho with Barca. When he took that defender and cut in, and then he hit it from far and it hit the bar.
And it bounced in?
It bounced back and forth. It reminded me of that.
Yeah. That was a good goal. So Richard Sanchez was a beautiful goal. So I'm gonna stick with my Club America and say Richard Sanchez goal second. The second America goal was the best one.
I think Almeida's.
Yeah, both really good goals. Both really good goals. So
just guys, let us know what y'all think. If either you go with the America goal versus Richard Sanchez or Almeida's second goal.
Yeah, let us know in the comments down below. And again, so that concludes our show. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed episode number 2. We had a really good time recording this one. Controversy. But
was it fixed or wasn't that what you guys think?
It was not fixed. But anyways, if you guys enjoyed, like the podcast, leave a review, 5-star review.
Subscribe. Follow us on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, which we'll put our details.
And on X.
Spotify, Apple Music.
Listen to us on Apple Music, Spotify,
and
Amazon.
And Amazon.
Yeah, listen to us always. We'll leave the links down below.
Yeah.
Hope you guys enjoyed. Do you have anything you want to say?
Well, just remember that facts are facts, guys.
All right.
And that is fixed. Maybe. But from my point of view, it was. Sorry. But I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope to see the next episode. Let us know what we should talk about on next game. If you guys want us to talk about the Premier League next, or what team you want me to talk about,
leave us your suggestions in the comments.
Suggestions in the comments. Which one should we do? And if you guys, if you guys don't subscribe to us, you'll miss out.
You'll miss out. You'll miss out on this controversy and how we argue and stuff. So
yeah, next time I'll beat him up. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned. I'll be back with the purple eye. All right, we're out. Peace.